Guys, I read a statistic recently that 51% of men had zero dates over the course of a year, and like only 30% of men are like actively dating. I thought that was very interesting. Listen, in 2026, the main um, avenue for dating and meeting women, it seems to be through the online portal. Just kind of is what it is. If you're not mastering the dating app, or if you're not involved in the dating apps, it's going to be a little bit more challenging for you to get the type of dates that you want, to meet the women that you want. Just flat out, they don't go out as much as they used to. I'm serious. Something changed in the world in recent years. I can't quite pinpoint what it is, but we've shifted to this sort of lackadaisical like approach to dating. I'm someone who actually has success with online dating. I'm not someone here who's complaining about the system or like. I'm really more so here to tell you guys that if you're not taking advantage of the online market, you're not getting a lot of matches or having success in that world. There are some reasons. There's reasons why. There's reasons and there's ways you can fix it, and I want to share with you guys how you can do that and how I was able to basically gain a lot of attention through that avenue. Like, I have no problem getting matches. I match with different women all the time. Some women are women that I would never go on a date with or that I would never entertain in the world. But the cool part is I just get the option to decide, which is nice. First things first, guys. Do you have good photos? Okay. Now, when I say good photos, I am not talking about photos where you're looking in the mirror and you're taking a selfie with your shirt off. That's not a good photo. In fact, most women who probably see that on a dating app are off put right then and there. They don't even give you a second chance. So if you have shirtless photos on and you're taking selfies, take it from me. Do not do that. What I would do instead is I would post activities or situations where it's neutral. With your family, with your friends. Maybe you're by yourself, having a drink, whatever the case. You want photos that show you in a good light, of course. They don't have to be professional photos, right? But you know a quality photo when you see one. You know the quality of a photo of yourself when you see one. You're like, hey, that's a good photo. So again, you want quality photos. You don't want grainy photos. You want photos that make it look like that you are active in the world and that you're doing something. That's number one. Okay? So you have to have good photos online. The other part is, guys, believe it or not, you have to have some type of social media following. Okay? You need friends. I'm sorry. You need to check out social proof wise. I think women are off put, and I would be too. I was looking into a guy, we were dating, we were talking, I went to add him on his Instagram, and I saw that he was following 100 people, and 50 were following him back. Or it's even a red flag if you have no social media. I think it's good to have a balance there, guys. I'm not saying you have to have thousands and thousands of followers, but have good pictures on there too. With this online dating like thing that's going on now, it's hand in hand. They go together, right? So you need to have good photos. You need to have some type of social media presence. If you haven't developed that, or you're some guy who's like not into it, you don't think it's a good idea, then you're screwed. You're basically putting yourself at a really big disadvantage in the world that we live in now. Okay, because there are lots of women that you can meet, even through Instagram, through Facebook or whatever, or Snapchat, whatever. There are girls that you can meet through those avenues as well. They will never seek you out or like add you or pay any attention to you if you have just a weird looking profile, just like you look like a lame. Okay, that's another thing. I also think, guys, like myself, I find it inauthentic, these online dating apps. In fact, some of these women I've matched with many times over the years, and I still see them on the app, just like myself. I'm still on there as well, right? But I'm starting to notice I'll be honest, to me that is also a little discouraging, right? Because it signals that it just doesn't really work. I'm also been on it for years, and I can tell you from my experience that I don't necessarily think it necessarily works either, because it kind of feels like you're always looking for the next best thing. You can just swipe to see who's next. You can stop talking to her if she annoys you, whatever. To me, there doesn't seem to be a lot of value in that. Every so often, do you meet a really cool girl on there that maybe you can turn into something? For sure. I think, however, that many years ago, when our parents, our fathers were younger, and they didn't have to go through this, right? They had to go somewhere to meet women, right? They had to work all day, work all week, and on the weekend go to the bar, or at night after work go to the bar, whatever. You had to meet women through friends, you had to meet women at church, whatever. It's not really like that as much anymore. Now you can, obviously, meet women out in the real world. It's just challenging, I find, to turn it into something, meeting them in the real world, because of these circumstances. A lot of times that you end up doing that. We're just having some drinks, we were out having a good time, just drinking, having fun. There's not really this serious element of trying to meet somebody and try to really get to know them through that avenue. Again, it can happen, but it's quite challenging. The other thing, guys, and lastly here, I think checking out. The things that you put on your profile, the guy you say you are, the job that you say you have, it needs to mirror who you are in real life. In real life, if you're a hardworking guy, work all the time, work out, whatever, you're trying to convey the message of like a good man, those things need to match up with who you are in the real world, guys. Women wouldn't like you as much if you show up and all your pictures were AI and you don't look like that. Or you show up to a date and you're hanging out with a woman and maybe you're not as tall as you said you were. Or maybe it turns out you're really not as successful as you let on. There's no point in lying. There's no point in trying to be somebody that you're not. And so I would keep that in mind. That when you develop your profile online and on these dating apps, you want to be truthful. So you want to be truthful. You want to have good photos. And what was it? You want to be truthful. You want to have good photos. You want to be able to check out, in real life, but not lying. And then you want to have social media, right? You want to be able to have social proof. Like, okay, this guy is a real person. He has friends. He has other activities that he enjoys outside of entertaining women or whatever the case. That's important. It's very important. And so if you're not getting the likes that you want, if you're not getting the matches that you want, I think that is a good place to start first. It's looking at yourself, looking at the photos that you post. Listen, I'm also a firm believer in, look, some girls, they just like you, whatever. Look, whatever, you have whatever you're looking for, they just like you. That can happen too, right? But with the amount of guys who are not dating, with the amount of guys who are experiencing lack of success in that avenue, that could also be why. The other thing that I want to leave, and this one's kind of a bonus one. Listen, I've had times where I'm just very boring on there. I don't, maybe I have low interest in the girl, and I don't spark up conversation. Sometimes I just let the matches just sit there and they pile up. And I'm sure girls do the same thing. What I would impart on someone if I was trying to give them advice, I would say, be interesting, right? Guys, it's okay to make her laugh or say something stupid. It's okay not to be tight. It's okay not to be all about business, okay? It's okay not to be all about the date for a little while. It's okay to just talk to her and get to know her, okay? I'm not saying, too long. Obviously, if you really like her, if she's hot, get her off the app, But again, women are going to be attracted to the guys who they find attractive visually, but the guys who can hold the conversation and build rapport and make it look natural, right? So don't take yourself too serious. A lot of times I'm on there joking with a lot of these women. I'm just messing around. I don't take it too serious. And I'm like, hey, well, it'd be great to go on a date sometime. Hey, what's your name? Or hey, what's your social media? Or whatever. I eventually lead into us like wanting to go on a date or meet up or whatever. But initially I just start out very unserious, almost as a friend, just trying to get to know them. I have found a lot of success with that. So, being interesting, guys, and asking her questions, building rapport. That's a bonus one. Having a strong social media presence or some type of social media where she can verify you. Okay, you got to check out outside of that. Be the person who you say you are. Be the person who you're showing up to be on the app itself, right? Be authentic. Don't lie about your height. Don't lie about your career. Don't lie about how much money you have. And don't lie about your personality or the type of guy you are. It's pointless. She will find out eventually. And lastly, upgrading your photos. If you want to do professional photos, go ahead. I don't know. I've never done that. I'm a photogenic guy though. I do think I'm handsome. Whatever. I take photos pretty easily, so I don't know what to tell you about taking better photos, but I would imagine that if you find the angle of yourself good, you look good in the picture, you dress well, you cleaned up nice, you do the best that you can, okay? Whatever that is, you do the best that you can. We can talk about self-improvement later, but you do the best you can, you put the best photos you can, and I guarantee you, okay, you may not be getting most apps in the world, or most swipes in the world, but you will match with someone eventually, right? And it could take some time, for them to get in the algorithm. I've noticed that the more women who swipe on you, the more attractive women that you're finding that are swiping, you're matching with, it kind of like spawns into you matching with more beautiful women. Except it's like a snowball kind of thing. So those are my tips. And those are just my thoughts. In the comments, I'd absolutely love to hear yours. But in the meantime, please like, comment, and subscribe. We were talking about dating from the perspective of the online world and what it takes truly to master that avenue. Please like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. Please tune in for another video next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.